Welcome back to Tuesday, everyone, where we check out 3 vendors that have changed what they carry on Tuesday morning. We're going to start in Imperial City Sewers with the Telvar Merchant.
This is all according to...
Okay, we're starting off with Bleak Rock Isle treasure maps. Please don't buy these for Telvar. They are dirt cheap at Guild Traders, especially compared to 6,000 Telvar. You're probably looking at a couple hundred gold apiece. And of course, it's a starter zone, so that brings you Armor of the Trainee. Our leads this week, we have Heartland Leather Gloves. This is part of Rourke and Steam Guards. This particular lead comes from the Westwheel Delve Fort Colovia. Our next lead, True Way Clay Dials. This is part of Stormweaver's Cavort and comes from Volcanic Vents in Galen and High Isle. Our jewelry this week, we have Vicious Death, and Netroil Vicious Death, of course, is used in bomb builds. Our scripts this week, we have Bound Affix Script Mangle, adds Mangle, a debuff reducing max health. Bound Focus Script Poison Damage, of course, adds poison damage. Bound Focus Script Restore Resources, adds resource restoration. And Bound Signature Script Knight's Valor, adds improved use of bash or blocking. And then we have one of the new skill styles this week, 125,000 Telvar, folks. 125,000 Telvar, Infectious Claws Verdant Green, which you can also get from Maj Alvergath for Undaunted Keys. This is going to cost you 40 Undaunted Keys. So pledges or Imperial City, your choice. I think, well, I've already bought mine for keys, so there we are. All right, let's head over to the Scholarium and see what scripts he's got this week. And here we are in the Scholarium. Let's see what scripts he's got. We have Bound Affix Script Intellect and Endurance, adds Intellect and Endurance buffs, increasing Magicka and Stamina recovery. Bound Focus Script Pull, which of course adds a pull. Bound Signature Script Anchorite's Potency, adds a Consume Soul Gem to grant ultimate effect. And it looks like that's it. Time to head over to Infinite Archive. And it's time to see what Filer Ool has. Again, with the Starter Zone treasure map, we have Strass Mackay treasure map, which again brings us Armor of the Trainee, which comes in different weights, but it's not worth 2,000 archival fortunes when you can buy them so cheap off of traders. Blueprint Vampiric Dresser Polished. Honestly, for better or for worse, this might be our item of the day. It runs 180k to 215k here on PCNA. That's the North America server. On EU, however, it's even more expensive at about 225 to 330. So from what we've seen so far, this sadly might be our item of the week. Next up, we have Bound Style Page Symphony of Blades Shoulder, which at least gives us 2 shoulders. Often it only gives us 1. But I typically don't recommend getting shoulders here for 15,000 archival fortunes when you can get them for keys during the window when the mask is dropping. I tend to spend 1 key at a time. I find you get them way faster than 50 keys, which is how much it costs to buy a guaranteed drop. So I usually just spend 1 key at a time when I want a shoulder. But if you want it, it is here this week. Next up, we have Cartographer's Gloves. This is part of the Master Field Cartographer costume. 7 pieces will drop in the Blackreach Greymoor Caverns Public Dungeon, Nechuthenkarst. I think these are relatively easy to get. They run 1,500 to 2,000 gold on PCNA, but they're here for 3,000 archival fortunes apiece if you still need this one in particular. I would not buy them all this way. All right, our first book is Ciphers of the Eye. This is a book that drops in Infinite Archive. The eidetic memory, however, comes from Apocrypha in Ciphers Midden. Next, we have Companion Equipment Medium Armor. I don't usually recommend these either. They are bound when you buy them this way. You're at the mercy of RNG as to what trait you get. I just think it's too risky when you can just buy them from traders. Design Argonian Light Stick. This one runs 9 to 15k on PCNA. On PCEU, the prices are a little bit all over the place at 20, 35, and 100k for the 3 current listings. So grab it here if you need it. And our third plan is Diagram Leeuwin Lamp Oil Double, which runs 32 to 65K on PCNA and about the same on PCEU, 24 to 45, tiny bit cheaper, but pretty similar. Next up, we have Lead Endless Apocryphal Light. This is part of the Apocryphal Clothier Station. This one comes out of Infinite Archive. All the pieces do. If they're not dropping for you, make sure you're doing the Portals to the Unknown. Make sure you're killing the GW the Pilfer when it pops up during a boss fight. That's where a lot of the leads come from. Next, we have Hunger Leather Heel Lead. This is part of Mad God's Dancing Shoes. This one drops from the first boss in the dungeon Depths of Melitar. Remember, these can drop in normal. The first boss can be a little bit of a pain though, so if you do want to just go ahead and buy it, it's 5,000 archival fortunes here. Our next book also drops in Infinite Archive, and the Eidetic Memory is also an Apocrypha. It is What is an Arcanist Part 1. Archival Enigmas. Consume 20 Archival Enigmas to unlock the Veteran of the Infinite Achievement and the Veteran of the Infinite Face Art. This is the Veteran of the Infinite Face Art. At 3,000 archival fortunes each, I don't think this is worth it. Fragments like these are guaranteed to drop as you do your dailies in Infinite Archive. They drop in a particular order, so they're curated. I would just get them that way. If you've got enough archival fortunes to buy them this way, you've probably been doing your dailies anyway. Our scripts, we have Bound Affix Script Enervation, adds Enervation, a debuff reducing critical damage. Bound Focus Script Dispel, which of course adds a Dispel. Bound Focus Script Trauma adds Healing Absorption Effect. And Bound Signature Script Growing Impact adds Enhanced Buff and Debuff Application. And then again, we have the skill style Infectious Claws Verdant Green. Just like we said in the sewers, this one is bought with 40 Undaunted keys from Madge Elragath in the Undaunted Enclave. So it was 125,000 Telvar or 25,000 archival fortunes or 40 keys. So whichever way is best for you, you have options this week. And that's it. That's the entire list. I think maybe the skill style and the dresser are our highlights. Not a fantastic week. But let's run some Infinite Archive and see what gear is dropping. Welcome back to Tuesday, everyone. We have 3 vendors to Okay, then.
I am the expert at pronunciation. I never pronounce a word incorrectly. So this is how you say Nshuthencast. There is no other way to pronounce Nshuthencast. I say Nshuthencast flawlessly. I don't know why you don't trust me, Span. One more time, everybody say it with me, Nshuthencast.
We just ran 2 arcs of Infinite Archive, and it looks like this week we have gear dropping from Stormhaven. That includes Dreamer's Mantle, Night Terror, and Storm Knight's Plate, as well as from Hughesbane, which includes Baraha's Curse and Cyvera's Scales. That's going to do it for this week. We'll see you in the next one.